What if we do a normal FaceTime call? Okay.
Cam, Cam, they looking for
What if
you to
we
be
do
on.
a
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Now you can hear you can hear
Yep,
everything, my boy?
yep.
Okay. Whatever you did, Auntie, it must have worked. Now you can hear everything, my boy?
Hello. Just kidding.
Okay.
Whatever you
I
did,
need to
Auntie, it
turn. I
must
need
have
to
Fine,
turn
fine.
that off. I need to
Yep,
mute it.
turn it off, mute it, turn it down.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you can see Tay, right? We just can't see Tay.
Yeah, they can see me. Y'all can't see me unless you have the video open, but it would come out in 13 different places when I tried that. It was crazy. I want to pop out the chat though so I can see you guys. Everybody can hear us now. If we can be heard in the chat, say yeah. Yo, 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 yeah, run it up. Can't hear anything. Oh, we got it. Hey, Duck. Okay, we got it. We're good? You're okay, yes. Okay, back to the
Good.
original statement before I got started. Cam, this is Cam. For all you people that don't know who's in here, we have Cam, we have Derin over there, and Merc up there, and I'm Tay. In case you guys didn't know, but I think you already know who we all are. Make sure you hit that like right there, subscribe, and all that stuff, and the notification bell so you know when we come back with more content for you guys to enjoy and ingest. Hold on.
Where's she going?
Right here. I had to close the door. I had to close the door.
All
Okay,
right. I
so
was about to say,
we
where'd
were
you go?
talking about Merce is fried. Is that what that says? Fired? Fried?
I don't even smoke.
I don't know what's happening. Anyways,
You fired.
fired for being late.
Yeah.
What?
I
Anyways,
don't know why.
We'll talk about that another time. Yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
so we're here to talk about dating in 2024. I don't. What I originally said was I have not dated in a while, and so I don't really know how to date now, but I know dating back then. And I had mentioned that I had a friend of mine who was thinking about dating. So I was kind of curious on how people date now. Like, are there apps out here? Is it, I don't know. What they call cafes and stuff like that? That was back in my day. Don't judge me. That was back the cafes. But
I don't even
what
like the
how
coffee
are
shop.
Yeah, they
well, they
still do
were kind of
cafes.
like coffee shops, yeah, but they were like they had computers set up already. They was like spot. They was spots. Maybe that was just where I was at. I'm
Ooh,
bougie a little bit, but
that's back in the day.
yeah, it was like a safe spot to meet people. That was back in the day. But how are we dating now? And if you guys want to like kind of tell your relationship status or if you're single, married, and complicated, whatever, that way people kind of get an idea where you're coming from when you say whatever you say for the next couple minutes. Who want to go
Go
Who
first?
wanna
first.
go first?
I don't.
Yeah, let's say who gonna go first. All right,
Okay,
bet.
I'm in a relationship. I have a boyfriend, but we're like fresh. So when I was dating, I did try out like Tinder. That was the only dating app I tried. But and that's actually how we met. But I always said that like now if we were to not work out, I'm not going back to any dating sites. I'm not doing anything. It has to be like authentically. So that's my status.
Merce, I'm single. Let me put the best way to put it. The best, in my opinion, is just for me. I've been in a couple relationships, long term. I was in like a 10-year relationship for 10 years, or whatever. Then I was in a couple more after that, or whatever. Um, it's a lot of good people out here, but it's a lot of bad people too. Male and female, don't matter, whatever. Um, as of right now, my opinion of the dating pool, personally, is full of urine and a whole lot of other stuff because people let other people influence them too much. They let social media, in particular, influence them. where they have these outlandish standards and stuff. Like person would just be, you know what I mean, somebody male or female, whatever, they could just be coming home from it doesn't matter, the service, school, or just got kicked out of somebody's crib or whatever like that. And then they have these standards that the person that they meet has to make this much money and have all of their stuff together and have this and provide them with this and provide them with that or whatever. Why that person is coming and ain't providing or doing much of anything. You know what I mean? Like, and people make it seem like it's okay, whether it's male or female. Internet make it seem like it's okay to just go out there and basically, in essence, be a mooch. I mean, you basically a mooch. You ain't bringing nothing to the table. You a mooch. You trying to see what you can get for free.
A mooch is
That's just my opinion,
crazy.
whatever. But hey, that's just my and that's a
No,
nice way of saying it.
like accurate description for that, I think.
And but that's just me. So, but some people like being that. Some people like taking care of people. I ain't judging nobody, whatever like that. Me personally, it's a two-way street. We gotta give each other. We gotta help each other, whatever like that. We gotta survive together and stuff. When you put too much weight on one person, eventually it gets too much for them. Eventually, it could be 5 years, it could be 28 years, it could be 7 weeks, depending on the person that you're dealing with. Everybody is different. You know what I mean? So long story short, you find a good person, man, you better keep them. You better keep them, man. Let the streets tell you, oh, being single and doing all this, running the streets and partying, man, that junk get played out so fast, man. Especially if you went to college. If you went to college and you party a lot like myself, that junk get played out mad fast, man. You feel me? So that's just my opinion, whatever like that. I ain't gonna hold up no more time, whatever. My boy Cole, it's all on you, my guy.
Can you repeat the question one more time so I can make sure I'm on topic?
How are people dating? Merc went,
I just
Merc,
want to make sure I was on topic.
Merc went beyond
bad,
dating and relationships.
My
He
fault.
did let I ask the question, but
It's
okay.
cool.
My
It's cool.
fault.
We good. We good. Go
Oh,
ahead.
So, how are people dating? First of all, give me 1 second.
Not a munch. That is not the same thing. Faith, that is not the same. That
That is
that's not
Said a
the
month.
same.
No,
Oh, that's
gang.
right. That's right. Duck is married. Duck is married. Duck is married. That's right.
So,
That's right. Go ahead, Derin.
yeah. So my name is Derin, by the way. I'm married for a year. We've been together 5 years in total. I haven't dated in a while. Uh, but last time I was dating, and I think it's still relevant to today. You meet people in everywhere and anywhere in all type of walks. Like it's nothing wrong with dating apps because that's some people steez. Some people have social
Mhm.
anxiety where
Mhm.
they're better through screen to screen and
Mhm.
develop a bond then before they actually meet the person. And that also creates a different type of barrier where you don't necessarily have to commit to something physical or being in their presence physically for them to they have some type of safety. You know what I'm saying? Because dating can be dangerous as well. Um, then there's
True.
also the physical side where you can meet people anywhere. You can meet them at the club. Yes, people still do go to clubs.
I'm about to go to
You
clerk.
can
Mhm.
you can meet them at the bar. You can meet them at the library. You can meet them at sporting events. You can meet them at if you got a Starbucks, you can go to a Starbucks and meet somebody. You meet people everywhere in all type of walks of life. There's not necessarily one way or a finite way to go out and meet people. You can meet people at a kickback, a house party.
True.
They still
True.
have
Meet
kickbacks. I am
Mhm.
out the
Yeah.
loop. Okay, okay. So the question was because I read it wrong. Faith said, "What if the mooch is a munch?" That's what she said. I'm gonna
Munch or
mind my
mooch, huh?
Yeah.
business. I'm gonna mind my
Yeah.
business because this is YouTube. But it's YouTube.
But
Um,
I mean, but then are they really a mooch if they provide so?
bye. So okay, so we touched on dating apps. I don't know about a lot of apps. Tinder I have heard of. How was your experience with Tinder? Did you like it? Like, do you feel like what is Tinder free? Is Tinder one of the free ones?
Yeah. Well,
Tinder is
I'm
I'm sorry.
talking.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Cam. My
you
fault.
on Tinder, Merce? Let me go look Merce up real quick.
Yeah. I've been on Tinder before. I was on Tinder
Anybody ever on
before.
Tinder?
Tinder's free until like they want you to like do certain things like, oh, I want to text this person without matching, or I want to like super like this person so they know I really like want to catch their eye or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So they try and like rack up the money, but it is free initially to get in there. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you have Tinder. I don't know how many. I know it's back. Plenty of
It's a
Fish
bunch
was
of them.
back in my day.
Plenty
I
of
don't
fish
know
is
if
still
that's
a
still
thing.
around. Okay.
You got the
Uh,
Yeah.
black app.
Christian Mingo. You know what I mean? We
okay.
got all
Christian
that. But
Mango, Bumble, all of those.
Christian,
Okay.
did you just?
No,
yeah,
that's what's
boy.
up. It's probably still out there. You know, some people. That's important. But
That's
that's important. Like if you go into these apps and you're a religious person and you
Mhm.
link up with somebody that's not, you don't really want to. Sometimes that's just one of them things. Like, okay, I know I'm heavily religious, so I want to find someone that's heavily religious as well. And if Christian Mingle is Christian, me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just bypass that awkward conversation. Do you go to church? Like, you just bypass it. Everybody on Christian Mingle's Christian Mingling. I think Cam is frozen. We got a frozen Cam.
Oh, it do
Um,
look like she's frozen.
I think she's frozen. Yeah, but
but,
I know I saw in the chat you have to be mentally prepared. You have to make sure your mental
True.
is good to be in a relationship, and I totally
For sure.
agree. How do you feel about
For
that,
sure.
Maurice?
I feel like a lot of people rush into being in relationships when they're not healed from the past trauma or past relationship, and you basically walking in with TNT in your back pocket because you're gonna take out your past frustrations. And most people, I ain't gonna say everybody, but a lot of people take out their past frustrations or issues on their new partner, and their new partner didn't do nothing. So that new partner, why would I want to sit there and get punished for what the last individual did when I didn't do nothing? Like we're just getting to know each other, or we're just starting to date or whatever like that. A lot of people have a hard time being alone,
Yeah,
and they rush into things like, you know what I mean? So I think everybody should take a little bit of time to, you know what I mean, regroup for themselves
yeah.
after a relationship. That's just my opinion. Some people might feel like, nope, get under the next umbrella, but that's just me.
Next umbrella is crazy. Darren, what do you think?
I'm piggyback on what Merc said because definitely having your mentals right. And I don't think people understand. Well, not people. I'm not gonna say some people don't understand that what
Mm,
your whole mental means. Like I think everybody as an adult, like when you turn 18, you should probably get a therapist, like right there, and even maybe even younger than that, because there's certain things that people go through in life. It's not just relationship wise; it's also like childhood traumas. There's traumas with just different all different types of traumas that you deal with. So like it's not you can push your daddy issues, your mommy issues, your cousin issues, your auntie issues, like all the deep family issues, that don't necessarily have to do with anybody else. Like you got to make sure that you work on yourself before you do any of that stuff. Like it's a necessity. And I won't even call it a necessity because some people need other people to, figure out what their issues are as well. I believe that everything happens for a reason. You might meet certain people to teach you certain things because sometimes talking to people ain't enough. Life is the best teacher that you'll ever find. Experience is the best teacher that you'll ever find. So some people actually
for
need to go
sure.
through that stuff. You know, some people, and then like even going through that stuff, you go through phases. Like people will sit up here and be like, men ain't this or women ain't that just because they hurt off of X, Y, and Z. But a lot of people have to go through that in order to appreciate what they finally get in
Yeah,
the end. And it's not they figure they realize after that they've gone through that phase that
hmm
while what they were saying during that phase wasn't necessarily true. They was just hurt, angry, upset. But in the end, you see and realize that hey, I probably was just tripping. You know that
yeah,
part was me. I can realize what part was my part instead of just blaming all men or all women. Things like
mm.
that.
Hmm. Most definitely. Most
And,
definitely.
and
Welcome
you
back,
also
Cam.
hey, welcome back.
Sorry, my phone overheated, so now I'm on the charger.
And you also have to realize you have to see those signs in the other people that you're dating too. Like you can't just hold on to people while they going through that stuff sometimes too. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. You got to realize when you're ready to, what I'm saying, be like, okay, enough is enough too, because they can drag you down as well.
Yeah. Cam, we had talked about being ready for a relationship and mental health. How do you feel about mental health and relationships?
I feel like that's a tricky one because I feel like you honestly should always like be working on your mental health, like just consistently. So like if you're like, oh, okay, I think my mental health is okay, and like I'm gonna get into a relationship, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, this relationship is stressing me out, or whatever it is like, I don't think you could say like, oh, my mental health wasn't in the right space. It's more so just like the environment that's at hand, if that makes sense. Like,
Yes.
I feel like I feel like you can say you're mentally ready, and like, of course, there's stages, but like, honestly, you won't really know until you're in the relationship, and then even then, you could have still a great mental, but it's just maybe the person is not the one for you, or like whatever it may be. So that's a hard one for me because I feel like if people were to say like, "Oh, I'm not mentally ready for a relationship," they're never gonna feel mentally ready for a relationship because you're always working on your mental. So I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one for me.
I kind of feel like, as far as like your mental, I think there's a lot of stuff that people go through that they might not even be aware that they're going through, and I think people have to be comfortable with giving themselves grace and knowing that they might need to, chill out or realize that the issue that's actually happening might not be one person's fault. When it comes to like mental health, coming from a married standpoint, we're going to pass the dating, because once you start dating and you get into a relationship, then I mean, that dating is work, is a different type of work. Then you get into a relationship and it's like another type of work. It's almost like a job. You intern for a job, you get the job, and you want to go to the next level. So like once you're in a relationship, that's work. Getting married is a whole nother level of work. And I love marriage. I love being married. I love the idea of having a partner, because how I look at marriage may not be the same as other people. But there's gonna be work, man. You're gonna be working on, like Cam said, you're gonna be working for forever, because you're not only just working on yourself and your mental health, but like if your partner is dealing with things, if you love your partner enough, you have to be able to understand that maybe my reaction to how they're reacting is a me issue and not a them issue. I mean,
Right.
it can get, you could go down all kind of roads of mental health and how to respond and how to act, but in order to be ready to date somebody, you got to be able to check in with yourself, because dating is going to be hard. It's not going to be like,
For
oh, I'm
sure.
going to get on an
For
app and I'm
sure.
going to find somebody, or I'm going to go to an event and link up with somebody, because you do have crappy people in the streets. You got people that want to be in a relationship for the wrong reasons. I mean,
Hmm.
Right.
I
I
mean
think that's
reasons. You got
no.
people
I think
that's
that's
like,
really
I don't want to be by myself, or I just want to feel loved, or they're trying to patchwork something that happened to them. Like it's a lot of reasons why people want to date and get into relationships, and you just got to be really careful on. Oh Lord.
I
You
think
get
I think
into stuff like triggers and stuff like that too. Like it becomes a lot. My
Yeah.
bad, Cam. Go ahead.
no, you're good. I was just gonna say I think that you put it perfectly. Is like you're mentally ready for a relationship when you can take on the mental of two,
Hmm.
because and this is going to lead us to my next question for you guys, but I don't feel like relationships are 50-50. I never have felt like that. I feel like it's always some days like 10-90 or whatever it may be. Sometimes you're gonna have to take on more, right? Like,
I agree.
so so I think, yeah, if you can take on two mental states, then you're ready to go for a relationship. But I was gonna ask how you guys feel about people saying relationships are 50-50.
I'll start with that because I actually just referenced the 50-50 thing or whatever. And you are right. It's definitely not 50-50 a day. Like you said, some days somebody got more than the other, whatever, whether it be from work or the person tired from work, tired from the kids, tired from cleaning, tired from stress from life, whatever the case may be, or whatever like that. So no, I agree with you on that. Whatever, it's definitely not always 50-50 or whatever like that. It's whatever each individual have that day. But I do think that it's important to share that, to voice that, to let your partner know, hey, listen, like today just ain't my day today. You know what I mean? Like I got, I'm thinking about this, or I just went and did this or whatever like that, and I'm kind of drained or I'm sleepy. I didn't get enough sleep. My stomach hurt. Whatever it is, let the
Right.
individual know so they're not just looking like, well, this person just wants me to do this or whatever. I'm not saying that everybody will or whatever like that. I'm just saying voice it, let it be known. But I do agree with you 110% about that. It's not always 50-50, and I did say that previous whatever like that. But you're right. You are definitely right, Cam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback on what you said because communication is definitely key and blatant communication too, not just oh well, you heard me say I was tired. Like no, you gotta give blatant. Hey, I am tired. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Can you do this for me? Like you can't sit up and like I know it's great to have a mind reader as a boyfriend girlfriend, but that is not always the case. Sometimes y'all on 10 and 10, and y'all need to find that 80.
Right.
Who where you gonna get the rest of the 80? You have to make sure you say this is what I need. It's hard sometimes too. It's hard to be able to when you down and out and so overwhelmed that you can't figure out like dang I know something wrong, but what is wrong? And so maybe you just need to say sometimes like, "Hey, okay, I just need a moment." That's a big one too. I need a moment to figure out what's wrong. That's
Yeah.
okay to say too. So yeah,
Um,
communication is key.
I think Darren, like, okay, so there was something you said that like when it just the light bulb went off and then it's gone. Like that's what happens when you get old. You hear it and then it disappears. Um, I
Who
think
old?
the funny part, why? Hello, you okay? That's what it was. That is what it was. So you had said something about communication being key, and I'm gonna touch on that in a minute. But I definitely wanted to touch on this 50-50 thing because this is actually hilarious to me on the inside because it's almost like the biggest taboo in relationships, and I've heard it in podcasts all over the place. 50-50, 50-50, 50-50. I wonder if 50-50 is relative. And Faith, I did see your comment. I'm going to get to it. I think 50-50 is relative because if Kim, if you and I are in a relationship and we look at it as 50-50, I'm giving you 100%, you're giving me 100%. I think where the 50-50 comes in at is that teamwork aspect. And I think they might have gotten that confused with 50-50 of the house, 50-50 of the bills, 50-50 of this. Because if you're not at 100%, it's my job as your partner to tag in and give you what you're missing, whether it's 80, 20, 30, whatever you're missing, it's my job to team in on that. If you're not able to cook dinner for the house because you don't feel well, it's my job as your teammate to be tagged in to take care of that for you. And I think that the 50-50 got lost in numbers, but
Hmm.
I think what they were trying to say was probably that, and I could be wrong. I'm assuming, but it's then that's why I said I look at marriage as a teamwork effort and not necessarily numbers. It ain't a 50-50. If I can't do and you love me and you know I can't do, it's you should without me having to ask, because I kind of feel like if you're in a relationship with somebody and there's love involved, that person should be able to see there's something going on. Now,
Right.
granted, the communication part is important because people are not mind readers. We're not mind readers, but you know when there's something going on. It's like if somebody disappears or don't talk to you for a while, there's something going on. If you just are in your own head and in your own space and not connected to that person, then you're not going to see it. Whose fault is that? It's not,
Mm.
you can't tell me it's not my fault because I didn't communicate it, because that could be a mental health situation there too. Maybe I'm not able to vocalize what I'm feeling or vocalize what I need because I don't even know what I need. And these are real things. I hell, I done been to therapy a lot of times. I love my therapy. I need another one. But it's where and she's asked me, "What is it that you needed?" And I'm sitting there dazed and I don't know. Like, and some people would just say anything just to get out of that moment. I'm gonna sit there talking. I needed something though. And now we got to figure out what it was that I needed. But
Right.
that's not no fault to the partner or the person. Sometimes you just don't know what it is. But that's that work that you got to do on yourself. But I think the 50-50 part
True.
is definitely a
True.
thing where you kind of like be there for your partner, be there for your home. That, but this is interesting too, because now I got a question. How do y'all feel about roles in the house? Ooh.
I wanted to see if anybody wanted to go first.
I got it. 'Cause,
Oh
You
man.
can
Oh
you can
wait,
lead the way.
hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. We're gonna get back to the roles in the house, but Faith did have a question. Let me get Faith's question before we get into
Gang,
that. She said, what are some red flags in relationships or dating? But see, that's relative too. Cause your red flags might not be my
yeah,
red
I just
flags.
got
Yeah.
ready to say that. I just got ready to say that. Yep.
So it
The
Yep.
only
yeah, I
just
got
thing
these
we
people.
can all
It's
agree on would be dependency. Like if you're too overly dependent on me for your emotions, for your finance, or whatever it may be, that's gonna be a red flag.
but
Because
that's
I
a
know
red
you.
flag
this.
for you,
That's
cause
what
that might not
I,
be a red
yeah.
flag for somebody else.
Look,
Yeah, they might love that. I
you
guess.
got some
Yeah.
narcissistic people out here who like, hey, depend on me,
Yes. Yep.
feed me, see more,
Yeah. Okay. This
Yeah,
is where
I love that movie. Feed
I
me, see
started.
more, feed me.
Ken said, "Don't be need me for nothing. You ain't gonna
No,
find
no,
you
no,
something to
no.
do."
I like when you have your own hobbies, you have your own
Yes.
friends, you have your own life outside of me. Therefore, when we come together, it's like great. Like it's even better than what if you didn't have that, then we would just be together all the time and not doing anything but seeing each other, talking to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's really
see, and see, some people like to just be with their state partner. They each other best friends. They don't like other people. you know, they be
right.
like, hey, y'all want to come outside? No, but y'all can come over here. We like our space. We like our house.
But that's
We
another
got
thing. That's just
relationships.
somebody that don't want to be outside.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
That's
But they
just
be
how you
like,
just don't want to socialize with no. We don't like nobody.
hmm
Outside smell like roaches. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Merc.
Dang, that's crazy.
My
That was
bad.
like roaches.
Like roaches.
Wait. What was he talking about for a second? What was
red
the
What are
question?
flag.
some red flags in a relationship? So Cam said
Oh,
dependency, which could be a red
okay, yeah.
flag. Um,
Um,
yeah.
like you said already, whatever. It all depends on the person, whatever, like that.
So what's a
If I
red
had to
flag
pick
for you?
I about to say if I had to pick a red flag for me, um, how do I've always said this so bluntly. I'm trying to water it down a little bit.
He said if you ain't coming up
I am,
off the
and yeah, I am very particular about what an individual has going on for themselves. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the top of the food chain. You don't have to, you know what I mean, be driving with the newest whip or, you know what I mean, be a CEO of a company. But at the same time, you have to have something going for yourself. You have to be working towards something. You have to you have to basically bring something to the table, whatever. I'm not a finished product myself. I don't expect no one to be a finished product or whatever like that. I accept flaws and stuff. I have flaws, but at the same time, how you say outside smell like roaches, I ain't going outside picking up no roaches.
I'm picking
That's
them
the
up
best. That's
myself.
the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it for
Won't
me.
be picking up no roaches, Merc.
Yeah, man, you can't, yo. You can't because it become a burden to you. Eventually, well, not everybody, but eventually, so for some people, it becomes a burden. Like Cole said, some people like to, you know what I mean, take care of people and do whatever, and this, that, and the third. To each his own. But me personally, if I feel like you don't have nothing to offer, um, I don't care how bad you think you are, or Instagram think you are, or how many likes, whatever. That
He
don't
said we
mean
don't
nothing
care
to me.
nothing about your booty model's career. If you ain't got
Nothing,
nothing,
bro. Nothing.
okay, nothing.
I I promise you I don't, yo. I really don't. You gotta have something to offer besides that.
Yeah,
Like, what if we
hmm
have kids? What you gonna teach the kids?
yeah,
I mean, like, what's good? Like when the baby go off when the baby wake up at 4 in the morning and I'm at work or something, whatever like that, you just gonna roll over and turn the monitor off, or you gonna get up and I mean and go make sure the little one alright? Like stuff like that matter to me, yo. Stuff
yeah.
like that matter to me for sure. You know what I mean? Because If I hear the baby getting up crying or whatever, baby. If I hear the dogs whining, they gotta go out, bro. I'm getting up to go take care of them or whatever. This and the third. You feel me? So it is more than just about. I mean, what you think you are or whatever like that. It's like, I mean, what else can you provide besides just your looks? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So red flags to me is somebody who tries to get over or do or win everything based upon their appearance. That would be a red flag for me because to me that kind of tells me that all you care about is your appearance or whatever when it's more important stuff in life. Not saying that I mean you can't take care of yourself. Don't get it misconstrued. Take care of yourself. Do what you gotta do, whatever like that. But don't just say this is me. This is what I got to offer. I got 1,000 likes on this social media, but I don't care about that. I don't care
Right.
about that.
I think a red flag for me is like, if I had to do it again, oh my god. Um, there was a guy that I did date that a red flag for me was that he never shut up about himself. And when I say this man never shut up about himself, no matter how many dates we went on, he never stops talking about himself. He didn't ask me how my day was. He wasn't concerned about anything. He was more or less just concerned about, oh, I know this person. I have this much money. I do this. Me. I meet with these guys. We talk about this. I'm like, hello. Do you see me sitting here? Because I'm here, right here. And like, that was horrible. That was horrible. Um, what is
He was being
another?
a salesman. he he had the pictures coming left and right. He was
He
trying to
was
sell for
like,
sure.
he was he I well. We not gonna talk about it because
It's good.
he's
Yeah.
not a
We
factor.
get it.
Let's
We
just
get it.
say the man he was a very he's okay. So just like you said, you don't like people no matter how many likes and stuff you get. If you ain't got nothing working for you, we don't really care. He's one of the people that was like borderline celebrity
Hmm.
status. So I think the status of where he was trying to show me what he could do for me by talking about his. I didn't ask for none of that. I didn't. I don't care what jet you put me on and fly me across. I don't care. I'm not interested because now you didn't even ask me how my day was. Like like you don't care anything about me. You just want to get me where and what plane am I gonna get on with you? I don't know you like that, homie.
Right.
But you
True.
know, it's one of those things. Sorry, flashback, bad flashback. Um, Faye said, "What is like a deal breaker where you absolutely can't date this person? A deal
I go
breaker?
first.
Mer-
I'll go first.
Merc said, okay.
Flat. I'll go first. If you impatient or bad with kids or towards kids, it's over.
Oh, I
It's over.
love it. Mer,
It's
say it for the
over.
people in
I
the
don't care,
back.
bro. I don't
That's
care.
valid
If you impatient or you don't like kids or whatever like that, or it's over. Like not even saying that you gotta say that you not even saying that you gotta have kids or whatever like that, or whatever you don't want kids, whatever. That's fine. Whatever makes you happy, whatever like that. But don't ever let me see or hear you be mean or rude to a kid or a kid be like, yo, you want to have a tea party or whatever, and you be like, nah, get that cup out my face. Or it's over. It's a dub right then and there. It's a dub for
Hush,
that.
dub.
Have
I
a
love it.
have a good day. I'm out of here.
I love it.
Anytime. I don't. Nah, I love kids. I don't play about kids, so that'd be for me deal breaker. Anything that anybody that's rude or mean to kids.
All right. Anybody else deal breaker? Lady. We'll let the lady go. What's the deal breaker for you?
Um, I
Are we
guess
talking about relationship or just dating? Oh, dating.
Both. I
She said
don't
that
care.
we
It can
can't
be
date
whatever.
this
You
person.
mean a kid,
Okay.
it's over.
dating, I'm assuming, but I would say if you're like mean to your family, if you're mean to your family, well, I mean mean in general, but like your family, if you're mean to your own blood, that like irks me. If I see you like yelling at your grandma or you want to tough it out with your grandpa, it's like that's not gonna work out for me. You want to do that with your family off rip? Me? No, I'm good. Like that'd probably be a deal breaker. But yeah, I don't really deal breakers are hard because like the situation would have to present itself from like, oh yeah, that's a deal breaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, cause like, boy, what if that family deserve that, boy?
No, no. She said grandma or grandpa. If you mad, if you mean your grandma or grandpa, that your grandma grandpa didn't deserve that. Now I'm about to.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what they do. I feel like if you can do that to them, and you know that's your grandma. It's like where are your morals? Like what is like you know what I'm saying? What's your mindset? Like
Where
that'd be deal
is
Don't
breaker.
matter. You said it don't matter what they do.
loyalty? Don't play with me, Darren.
I'm just saying, look, people got bad grandmas and grandpas in this world. Don't be sit up here assuming that just cause they went off on that person don't mean they didn't deserve it or
I don't
something.
want to hear it. They don't deserve it. So like they don't deserve that. There's a
I
way
think,
to deal with
I think
people without being dogged out dirty in front of people. Like you don't have to necessarily be at somebody's house calling your grandma out her name because she dogged you out. Like you don't know how to deal with anything outside of that. Like there's a way to deal with stuff.
not to mention like even if they do deserve it, like what is deserving of that reaction?
It's the reaction,
Like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Deserving of that reaction. You don't know how to talk to them. You don't know how to communicate what you're feeling with like properly. Like you know what I'm saying? What's deserving of them to do
Y'all,
that? I don't.
See, and I
y'all don't
think
know
that's
what people.
probably the deal breaker right there is how you deal with conflict.
Y'all
If
don't know
you
what
can't
people
deal with
triggers are.
okay, but again, if you don't know how to deal with conflict appropriately, because you can be triggered by one thing or another, and if being in a space of somebody triggers you to the point where you just out of pocket morally, then that's some things you need to look at in yourself.
Like,
Cause
it's different.
just because I like I've had horrible relationships with people in my family, but I know how to be like, you know what? It took me a long time, but I was like, you know what? We good. You're family, but I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to be in that space with you. We don't. I am healed by dealing with you in my own way, and that means away from you. I'm gonna stay over there. I'm gonna stay over here. Thank you. I don't mean I'm going to
Man,
your house and tearing your stuff up because I got a problem with you. I
that's all
could.
fine and well. But if grandma sat up there and told you that's why your mama died and she didn't love you before she died, if you went off on her right then and there, I would sit up here and be mad at you. That's all
That's
I'm
mad.
saying.
That's mad extreme,
I
though.
mean,
That
That's
is
I'm just
mad.
mad
that's
extreme.
not,
That's
bro.
mad
You think that's
extreme.
extreme? That's not extreme, G. I done seen it a few times. I'm
I,
not even
okay,
gonna hold you. I've seen it a
so
few
from
times.
So then the question is, why do you why would you put, not you in particular, if it wasn't you, why would you put yourself in that position to be around that person for that to come out their mouth anyway? That don't mean
That
you gotta
person
be
was
a,
them people was blindsided. Like you don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like you don't
I
never
think
know what
also,
could happen.
but like okay, for me like family's a big thing. Like I cherish my family through and through, right? So if let's say your grandma was to say that to you, and you are willing to pop off on them for saying that to you. What if my grandpa says something out of pocket to you? You're willing to pop off on my grandma? I mean, my grandma. You popped off on yours. I'm not gonna think it's so beside you. You're gonna pop off on mine, which I don't think how I would not respect that situation at all. It doesn't matter what my grandma was to say to you. You know what I mean? Like you also have to think like that. Like if they're willing to do it to their own family, what are they willing to do to your family?
So
It's
first of all, that's you can't assume that
point
either.
there.
You can't assume that either because just how I did that with my grandma, you know what I'm saying? If my grandma said something out of pocket to me like that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I do that to my grandma. I love my grandma, you know what I'm saying? But if my grandma was to, you know what I'm saying, do something like that, and I did that with my grandma, that's different from if your grandpa said something to me. Because in my personal, you know what I'm saying, relationship, I'm looking for you to check your grandpa. Like,
But
hey,
how would I? But
you
how
know,
would I know if we're dating? How would I know that's different? Because I would have to wait until the
mm-hmm.
situation persists,
that's,
and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna wait until it arises for it to happen that you may or you may not pop off on my grandma.
So we also have
see,
to remember that that was her, you know,
Yeah, that's my deal
that
breaker.
was her deal breaker. Like the
that's
what
true.
ifs that you have is cool, but she's saying, I don't care what you're talking about. If you don't respect your family, then you're not gonna respect me and mine. So that was her deal breaker, which is fine because that's, and I understand that, and I hear what you're saying, Darren. Everybody there's space for. That's why we're different, and I love it. Merce had his finger up for so long. Merce, I saw your finger, boo. Go ahead.
Bro, I don't. Oh, I was gonna say
Okay.
so because me personally, I've never experienced that with my grandparents, with like my grandparents saying anything wild or disrespectful, whatever like that. I have experienced it with other people, grandparents or whatever. This is just me personally. I'm not speaking for everybody, and I'm not taking nothing away from what Cole said or nothing like that. But I have experienced it with other people, grandparents who said some out of pocket, some wild stuff towards me, whatever like that. And I was always raised to respect the elders. So I brushed it off or whatever like that. And I would never say nothing. But I almost got ready to lump one of my cousins up for trying to fight at my grandma crib. Then I realized that I was gonna be fighting at my grandma crib. So I'm like, all right,
So now we
nah,
all
let me
can't be fighting at grandma
no,
crib.
we all can't be fighting at grandma crib, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I had to think about that, but one of my cousins got ready to get into a fight, and I got ready to lump him up, like, bro, you ain't about to be fighting at grandma crib. Well, we call her Nana. You ain't about to be fighting at Nana crib, you feel me? But it's, I respect my elders, bottom line. And if an elderly man or woman was to say something to me, I am, all right, you got it. Have a nice
Right,
day,
right.
ma'am, sir,
You got it.
whatever. You got it. Yeah, like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. I'm not gonna do nothing back to them or say nothing back to them. That's just me. That's just me. Now, if a younger individual, a male, come out of pocket and get disrespectful, that's a different story. I'm like, bro, I mean, you want to do this? Like, what's good? Like, I mean, but my elders, nah. I mean, I can't do that. Plus, my mom's will knock me out, bro. My mom's will lay me out if I ever tell her that I put hands on an elderly person,
Please
or
don't put
even
hands
or
on the
even said
elderly.
something rude to him, even say anything rude to him, like. I could throw my mom's over a fence. I'm still scared of my mama. My mom say something to me, I'm like, yeah, you got it, ma. All right, you got
She going to get the shoe.
it. Bruh, nah, she used to have a paddle named Dirty Harry and still got it, bruh. I'm gonna show y'all Dirty
She
Harry one day.
I don't want to
she
see
put y'all
Dirty Harry.
she put y'all in the cut.
Bruh, no, she used to pop us one time on the butt with Dirty Harry. And there's this wooden paddle that got holes in it. So like the air can go through it so she can swing that
Dirty
thing
Harry
like
is hilarious.
it got Dirty Harry carved in it, bro. Like that's the name of the paddle, Dirty Harry. And bro, yeah.
Old school.
But
That's
anyway,
old school.
continue on next segment. I apologize.
Go ahead, we good.
I'm gonna show y'all Dirty Harry one day, though. I'm
I
gonna
don't
show
want
y'all
to see
Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry. I'm good. So good. Um, sorry, Dirty Harry took me out.
I can't hear nothing. Actually.
So, okay. The next question I have is there a time limit on okay. So like some people say we're dating and we're in a relationship. Is there a difference between dating and being in a relationship and when does that how do you determine a date versus being in a relationship? Like, when does that change?
Yeah, I got that one. Um, Absolutely, there's a difference. There's a difference between dating and a relationship. Like if we're dating, it's in the word. We're going on dates. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to know each other. You know, it's before you determine a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's a phrase too. Determining the relationship. It's That's when it becomes a relationship. Like, hey, do you want to be my girlfriend, or can I be your boyfriend? You know, or
Wait, so there has to
vice
be like
versa.
a legit question. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Like the writing on the piece of paper, circle yes or no?
I mean, if you want some clarity, that would actually make sense.
Okay.
You know, like if
Well, I
because
think
if you sit up
if
there,
you if
if you want to,
oh, I was gonna say if you don't want to like say like, oh, will you be my girlfriend? Will you be my boyfriend? You ask like, are we like exclusive? Are we dating exclusively? Therefore, that means it's just you and me, no one else. You're not going on other dates with any other people. It's just me and you, and now you're mine. Like you know what I'm saying?
And now you're mine.
Now you're
You
mine.
heard that right? Now you mine.
Now you're
Yeah,
mine.
yeah.
cause like I feel like nowadays that people don't. That's where the messy part gets is like people start not saying or determining those relationships like that because they'll sit up there and be talking to this person for like what 3 months and then be like they go talk to somebody else and be like, oh, I thought we were together. Like I didn't say that.
Mm.
Now you looking crazy.
Mm.
Like you have to communication is key. That's gonna be throughout all, the dating phase, the relationship phase, the marriage phase, all these phases. Communication is key. If you want to know, ask. If you want to hear, if you want the right thing, ask for the right thing. Speak. Say
Closed
something.
mouths don't get fed.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
Closed mouths
You want
don't get
Yep.
fed.
so you don't want to look stupid. Say something. That's in school too. Ask the question. Ask the question. You want to know?
Okay.
Ask the question.
Merce.
You're right. I was drinking water. I missed a piece of the. I was drinking some water. Wait, what was the question again? My fault. I
So when
apologize.
does dating become a relationship?
Oh
And is
yes,
there a
yes, yes,
difference?
yes, yes. I do believe there's a difference. Like pretty much what Cole said or whatever. Once y'all confirm that y'all in a relationship, then y'all in a relationship. If y'all just dating or texting, FaceTiming, whatever the case may be, y'all just doing that. Y'all getting to know each other. But once y'all have complete confirmation, hey, listen, we together, we together. However you go about it. If you want to do a love letter with a yes or no, whatever. If you want to ask, do you want to be mine, be my girlfriend, be my boyfriend, however you want to go about it. Once y'all have that confirmation, y'all officially in a relationship from that point on until somebody send a cease and desist letter. Then
Not
it's
the
over.
cease and desist. All right. Okay. I kind of feel like well, if I'm dating somebody, I kind of feel like, yeah, it's got to be communicated. Like we're either dating or we're in a relationship, and that's just that on that. But it definitely has to be
Hmm.
communicated, which then brings me up to my next question. How do you guys feel about dating multiple people at once? And does it differ? And it's actually interesting because, oh God, how do y'all feel about dating multiple people at once?
And I mean, it's different for everybody. Some people, you know what I mean, date a lot of different people at once. Some people just want to date one person at a time. I feel like it's whatever makes you happy personally. If you like to talk to six, seven different people and you can keep up with that, then do whatever you do. If you can only concentrate on one person at a time, do what you do. You got to know who you are and what you are.
So, do you discuss
And
this with the people you're dating?
Um,
um,
The
personally, me, no, no, I'm about to answer personally, me or
Answer.
whatever. But you talking to somebody else? Yes, I am. No
Well, do
lie,
you
I'm not
wait
gonna be
until?
running.
But do you wait until somebody asks, or are you
No,
offering
like
this?
when you guys first initial. Sorry, trying to speak for everybody. When I first start talking to somebody, whatever, we start talking. I'm gonna ask, are you talking to somebody else? Are you dealing? Do you got an ex husband? Do you got an ex boyfriend? Do you know what I mean? Like anything of that nature, know what I mean, that we need to discuss now and get it out of the way or whatever. Because if we out and about having a good time, whatever, and homie roll up on me or whatever like that, you know what I mean, like things can go south real fast. You feel me? So I
Okay,
personally do.
okay.
uh, I'm gonna say because one, I don't. If we're dating, if I'm in a dating phase and everything like that, it's till somebody grabs my attention. So I don't have a problem with, you know, going on a different date with somebody else or dating this other person, especially if what I'm saying. I want to,
Are you
like
gonna tell that person? Like, do you tell them outright? Hey, yes, I just want you to know that I'm dating other people.
no, because if you want to know, again, you're gonna ask the question. You don't ask the question that you don't want to know. On top of that, like that's just the thing. Like
So, are you sleeping with people you're dating? Because now I'm just gonna go down the line.
wait, whoa.
Okay,
If
we'll come back. Just I ain't done with you. I want to hear Cam, and we coming back to you, there. Go ahead, Cam. And now hold that, because we gonna weak you and me. You.
wait a
Um,
minute. Can I finish my statement?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll be nice. I forget I'm on
um,
YouTube. I'm gonna be nice.
mhm. But yeah, like 'cause if I'm sitting up here, because if we're dating, I'm automatically assuming that you're talking to other people because I don't one if you are talking to other people, that's none of my business. You
True.
don't owe anything to me because we're not together. Like you don't owe me anything, so it's none of my business if you are talking to somebody. Now, if we start sleeping, and I'm gonna touch on what you was trying to say. If we start sleeping together, that's a whole different conversation because now you essentially risking your life. So that's a whole nother situation. But
Yes, sir.
if we're just dating, there's nothing physical going on. No, that is none of your business
Mm.
at all. And if you want to know, you can ask, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
there's no problem with that. But again, don't ask the questions that you can't handle neither.
Okay. Cam.
I was gonna say the same thing as Derin. If you're dating and like let's say I met you on Tinder and we go on a date, I'm automatically gonna assume you probably went on 5 other dates this week. You know what I mean? But once we start hooking up, then your business now becomes my
We're saying
business
hooking
because
up because we're talking about like hooking up, right?
wait,
See, like
we're talking
like hooking up.
we're talking
Yes,
about
Is
Auntie.
that okay?
yes.
I didn't know that's
Yes,
what
Auntie.
I see. And
Yes.
back hooking up was different for me. That's why hooking up. Okay,
I'm trying to be YouTube appropriate.
I got you. I
Yeah,
just
I
needed
know. I know you
clarification for
are.
myself.
I know
Okay,
you are.
once we start
Uh,
hooking up, we need clarification.
right. But besides that, unless we get to the point where like we've become exclusive, that's not my business. So
Yeah. Ew. So are we kissing people? Anyways. So
You let's talk about it. Where your response at?
what?
Crazy.
Oh, no, no, no.
Just
Oh,
running
my
around
bad.
lip
I'm
locking
sorry.
is wild.
If I'm dating, I think I'm kind of
Right.
like where Cam is at. If I'm dating and we're just talking, like we're just talking, we're going out, eating, going, whatever. If we start moving on to the part where we're feeling more comfortable and wanting to be hooking up, as the young kids say, then yeah, how many are you dating? Because at this point, that's that. Or, um, even if I am dating and I am hooking up, cause I mean we grown and we hooking up. I I just want you to know I'm still dating other people until we become exclusive. If I decided to date other people, even while we're doing whatever we're doing, you're gonna know. And if you can't handle that, that's not my problem.
You better have them papers.
I don't think it's paper.
It's paper.
It's
It can be on your phone
plastic.
too. No,
Wait, what
no, the
paper?
paper. Your test papers. Your
Oh
test
yeah, the test
papers.
paper. My bad. The S them S to the T's to the D's. ST. Yeah, them papers. I'm ready to see them papers. Papers, please. Papers.
Yeah,
Yeah, y'all funny.
No, but I mean for real.
Y'all
Like
are
I
funny.
mean, I feel like dating. If you're dating multiple people, it shouldn't be like this big thing. Like, cause I think it's like a stigma on women dating multiple. Oh my god, she's getting out here and blah blah blah, and men is out here just
Do what you do.
you gotta get
slanging and
yours.
dangling, and they get high fives for. Hey yo, you see Becky yesterday? My guy. Like, why is it that guys can? That's
Person,
enough.
I don't care.
I won't even go there.
You can do whatever. You can do whatever you want, man. Male,
But I'm a
female.
thug
You
out
do
here in these
what make
streets.
you happy. You do what make you happy. I don't judge nobody. That's one thing about me. I ain't judging nobody.
Good deal.
Cause
You
I'm
do
gonna let
whatever. Do whatever you want to do. I
cause
don't
I'm gonna
care.
let you know if I don't like it, and that's my prerogative. If I don't like what you do, if you 15 up, yeah, okay, I'm okay, I'm good. You go with the other 15. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just like 2 or 3, nah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the me myself. I don't like you sleep with somebody else. You go sleep with that person. Don't sleep with me.
So
Uh,
you wouldn't like you haven't dated multiple women and hooked up with multiple women?
I only have sex with one person at a time.
Okay, good call. The man is in his
Smart
house
man.
with his
Smart
wife.
man.
I want y'all to know
Smart
this.
man.
Oh no, no, no! It doesn't matter if my wife is because she knows my story and everything. However, because we married, we was gonna go through each other past no matter what, regardless. Um, I don't like because if you had sex with somebody else, it's not a matter if I trust you. You now. I got to trust somebody I don't even know because who did they sleep with?
True.
And
True
who did they
story.
sleep with? And who did they
Yes,
sleep with?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Like
sir.
Good numbers.
I was
Okay.
I was a virgin until I was 18 because I was scared of STDs. I'm not doing that.
And mono.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Smart man, man.
Mono's
Smart man.
disgusting. The question in the chat was, how do y'all feel about cheating? And can you guys forgive and get past it?
Was it physical or mental?
Damn.
Was it
Wait a minute now, because hold on. Describe mental. Define mental.
mental cheating is like
It's like text
I
messages, Instagram, inboxes. Baby, you look good today. I ain't seen you in a long time. And let me turn around and send me a photo. Like that is mental, emotional cheating.
well, it can go deeper too. Like they've literally fallen in love with someone else. They lean on them for emotional support, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's real. That is real out
But
here in these streets. That's cheating,
mental,
though. That is cheating. That I mean,
it is
I
cheating.
think the
It is cheating.
question is cheating, whether it's mental, emotional. So, are you able to forgive an
But I feel like,
emotional over a physical?
yeah, I feel like if it was physical, for me personally, if it was physical, and it was one time, maybe I can see that you're just a human. You make a mistake. You went to a bar with your homies. You got drunk. You hooked. Whatever it is, it's a one time physical thing. Now, if it was mentally, I don't think I can move past that because now I feel like you were only using me physically in our relationship while you were mentally thinking about someone else. You know what I'm saying? So that's me personally. That's how I would go about it.
Well, I usually wait until everybody. Is this on?
Hmm.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I was
Um,
listening. I was
Yeah.
listening to
I
everybody.
think for me, I would say it depends on the situation, the person, and how it just depends. I will say that it has happened to me. I have been cheated on, not with my current husband. So before y'all get in the chat and be kicking his behind later, it wasn't him. Um and I thought I could get past it. Like in all, I mean, podcast. I thought we could get past it. We had children, we had assets, we had things entangled. We were married, so like, it was to me, it was a different mindset of I didn't want to be out of this and be a failure. I like in it, seriously, like in my mind, my mother wasn't married, my grandmother wasn't married. It was just it was a different level for me to be married with children, a career, owning a home. Like it was a lot for me mentally to look like this picture perfect house. This man has stepped out and didn't nobody know it but me. But it's dangerous. Like stepping out is dangerous because the only way I found out is because there was a medical issue that I had that showed that there was some issues and it wasn't me because I was pregnant. So like the stepping out brought back some crap that I had to deal with. So you put my life at risk, our child's life at risk for what? Because you couldn't get what you wanted from me while
Right.
I'm knocked up with your baby. Like what were we doing? So I thought I could get past it, and I tried to get past it, and we tried to get therapy at the last minute. Needless to say, it did not work, and I did not get past it. So I think it depends on the person's mindset and how they feel to get past it. But I don't judge anybody that tries to get past it. Like I don't go, oh my God, why would they
Nah,
stay?
nah,
Like I
nah,
understand that
no,
there
no.
are reasons behind why people do what they do. I don't have to live with that person. I will
Right.
say, whatever
True.
transgressions you got going on in your relationship, marriage, household, boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever, don't tell everybody and their mama.
Definitely don't.
That's not
Definitely
gonna be
don't.
helpful.
At all.
That
Definitely
ain't
don't.
helpful. But like, I mean, pick somebody you trust that's not judgmental, that is going to be a listening ear. Cause whatever you decide, you have to live with that. But
You
yeah,
right
it
about
just
that.
depends.
I think Oh, I was gonna add that I don't think any situation of any kind of cheating is so black and white the way
Yeah.
people want to make it. Like
I
there's
agree. I agree.
there's not one story I've thought
Hmm.
of where I'm like, yeah, that's such an easy answer. Just do that. Like it's
Yeah.
never black and white.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mary. Merce,
Yo.
your turn. Your
Oh,
turn.
it's
Your
my
turn.
go.
Your turn.
Oh, I thought you had said something else. Um, so my thing about cheating is whatever. Like I've been cheated on before, whatever, like that, and I have cheated when I was younger and stuff like that. For like Cam said, whatever, like that. Multiple different reasons or whatever, like that. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't no one or two things, whatever. It ain't black and white, whatever. Like you feel me? Bottom line, how I feel about cheating, whatever. I'm a dip. I'm gonna be real. I'm just gonna dip. You know what I mean? We we just gonna call it quits right then and there. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But to each his own. I mean, I know some people stay and work through it and stuff like that. Again, I'm not a judgmental individual. If you like it, I love it. You do whatever make you happy because I'm gonna do whatever makes me happy. So, but yeah, it happened to me and I did. Pretty much that's it. That is my view on it.
Okay, Derin.
So this happened to me. Um, and I tried to make it work. I don't know. It's really situational because but I know one thing that's not probably not situational. Once it happens, there's always going to be that inkling of mistrust. There's that's something you probably could never get back. So like I don't know necessarily if that forgive part is gonna be there. Some people are there and still holding on to that even with what I'm saying, okay, we still gonna be together, which is pretty unhealthy. But I've done that several times, maybe twice. Um, yeah, not a good look, not a good look at all. Because you always you feel that burning in the back of your head or in the back of your heart. You know what
Bruh,
I'm
I'm gonna be
saying?
like, hand me your phone every 3 seconds. Now.
Every and you sit up here looking like
That,
Run, run,
that
run,
ain't no way
run
to
the phone.
live, man.
it's
That
not.
ain't no way
It's
to
not.
live.
It's not. It's
Either end.
definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
ain't no way to live. Either
you sit
end.
up.
But it's
The
hard.
person come through the door, you looking at them. Where you been? Like what?
She said,
I, like I came home from work. Did you really?
like
It
you
took
you
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 long.
passed
It took you
16
longer.
different lights, sir.
It it took you.
You took a
It took
different
you longer
route,
to get home.
sir. Why'd you stop at that gas station, sir? Who over
Who there? You stop at this gas station every day.
there?
Who there?
You ain't at the
Why you go
same
to
gas
why you
station.
go to the other gas station is crazy. Yo.
Go across the street. They got
Like
cheaper
gas
gas.
station. Well, it's just it's different. I believe it is situational and what people can deal with. It's just
Yeah.
it's individual.
See,
Um. Oh, we didn't get into the roles of the house. Are there roles in relationships? Like
Oh,
that's what it
oh, the
was.
house.
Good.
I
Good job.
forgot you
Yeah.
did bring that up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Do we have
um,
Go ahead,
roles?
when y'all can go first.
no. Yeah, no, not necessarily. Yes and no. It depends on you and like your relationship, like how y'all have like your cohesiveness, like how y'all work together as a team. Like one person might be better at something than the other person. One person might be better at the money. One person might be better than the physical, and it might not be the man sometimes. Or masculine person. You know what I'm saying? Let me, be
Yeah,
politically correct.
yeah, no
But
doubt.
yeah, like it
Gotta
doesn't.
be though. Gotta be correct.
Yeah,
Got to be
yeah, I just want to
correct.
make sure I'm here. But no, like it doesn't really matter who does what as long as both of you all are comfortable with it. You know, like you have to. That's the whole thing about
So
it.
when do
Y'all
you
just
communicate that?
agree.
Because that's important. Like, do you feel like roles are important in a relationship, and do you communicate that prior to committing to a relationship? Is that a dating
I,
conversation?
I think that's a dating conversation. I think that's something that y'all work on as y'all go. It's not necessarily a solid one conversation because you'll literally sit up here and come into a situation that you couldn't think of in said conversation that what I'm saying later down the road, and you just had that conversation later. It's like how you just handle it with grace. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be a situation where something happened and you didn't like it. You have to vocalize that. You have to, you know, again, communication is key. Communication is key. Say something about what you don't like. Say something about what you do like. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's the other thing for real. That's the other thing for real. Like you also have to communicate what you do like versus what you don't like too. You know, like you have to let somebody know, hey, I liked when you did this. That made me feel great in this situation, or it made me feel good in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Like you have to just communicate as you go.
Yeah. What was you saying,
But
Cam?
also, I was gonna say we can always do like the generalization of like, oh, whatever works for you and your dynamic. But Derin, what is your dynamic? What works for you? What would you like to see in your relationship on roles and genders?
So blah, ooh, my relationship. I guess we kind of have basic roles, well, not necessarily because I cook. I do most of the cooking, but that's because
That's
Hold
because he
on,
I like.
turn my
burning
phone
water
off.
or burning rice. I heard or something.
Burning rice, man. It's rice, man. It's
I
rice.
bet he burning rice.
hmm Rice
Everybody
burner.
put the laughter in the chat. Laughter in the chat. Go ahead.
Applause sign, laugh sign.
He burning rice.
But no, in my relationship, I do all the cooking, well, majority of the cooking. Um, because that's what I like to. I like to cook. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cooker. That's how that go. My wife handles all the money because she's a lot better with managing money. She's a little more meticulous than I am. Yeah, like but other than that, we kind of like have your basic rules. Like I take out the garbage. We both clean. I fix all the broken stuff in the house and whatnot, all that jazz. We both do
Yeah,
laundry. Things like that.
So was that a question for him or for everybody?
for everyone.
Oh, what was the question? I'm
Oh,
sorry. I thought that was a him
It
and
wasn't really a question. It was just more of so like I feel like when people ask questions, we should be more like personal because like we can always do like the generalization of like, oh yeah, whatever works for your dynamic and communicate. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
Makes sense.
So we're talking about
Makes
gender
sense.
roles in the house in my house.
yeah,
Um. Oh, we don't have traditional gender roles or relationship roles. I guess. Well, there's a few. I mean, he fixes things in the house, but if I can fix it, I fix it before he does because I got control issues. Um, I do the money management because I'm better at it than he is. He still has not let go of all of his money.
what do
That's
you
a
mean?
that's a tough one. Okay, so we had to learn our roles. Like we fell into the roles of our relationship. So when we got together and got married, I realized that I'm better at managing money than he is. And we discussed me paying the bills and keeping tabs of the money in the household and things of that nature. As far as me, because I wasn't working when I got here, I had no job. Like I moved from one state to another. So to take all of his money and manage it, that was a hard thing for him to let go of. He's like, okay, here are the bills. Here's the money to pay the bills. And I'm going to hold on to the ride. Nah, 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 homie. Run me all the money. I need makeup.
Yo, I need makeup, yo.
Yeah, I need my
So
thing.
it's like, I mean, but bills are constantly moving. And I got here right before the vid happened. So like the money change was a little different, and sometimes the electric bill was higher than it was the month before. You can't base bills off of a number. The only one you can base it off of is your rent or your mortgage, but everything else is flexy.
Right.
So, him going,
Definitely.
I want to have my own money to spend. What if I want to buy a game? What if I want to get an app on the phone? What if I want to get snacks from the store? So, like, it was a balance of, okay, here's an allowance for you, and I'm going to take care of the bills. Now, I still had money coming in, and I started my soap business and stuff like that. So it wasn't like I was playing with all of his money. But it was like just the fact that somebody else was controlling his money was a control thing for us. But he takes out the trash. I don't touch the trash. He's He's very traditional in some things. I'm not allowed to open doors. I don't open doors. I don't put gas in my car. I don't do my oil change. There's certain things that I don't do as a woman that he feels that needs to be done. I don't do yard work. I ain't cutting no bushes. I'm surprised he let me play in dirt in the garden in the back, but he know it makes me happy, so I'm allowed to play in the garden in the back. But
hey, garden coming soon.
hello,
I can't wait for it to get warm. I'm right
I'm
back in the garden. Stop
excited, right?
playing.
But he
Yeah.
also will like support me in everything that I want to do. If I say I want to start a podcast, he gonna go, okay, what don't you have in this room? Let's go get it. Like it's a give and
That's what's
take
up.
kind of thing, you know. So every
That's
now and
what's
then
up.
I'll bite my tongue, and every now and then I get a squirt bottle and I spray water on him because he done got on my nerves, and I feel like just being a butthead that day. I've done it and still do it, and I think that's what makes our relationship funny. But yeah, the roles
Nothing
are
wrong with that.
roles, and I mean, he ain't gonna cuss me out too tough if I took the trash out because he probably feels like there was something in it that I needed to take out. So, you know, like it's a balance. You gotta have somebody that's willing to kind of like bend and be flexy with you. I think, depending
Mm-hmm.
on what you do in your house.
True.
So,
All
yeah.
right, I'll go. So I was raised by a single mother, and I was the only boy in the house. I got older sisters and stuff, so it wasn't like no gender roles, but it kind of was and stuff. Like I always had to shovel, always had to cut the grass, always had to take the trash out. You know what I mean? I always had to take care of the dog and stuff like that. You feel me? Like certain stuff. I always had to make sure anything heavy I had to go get all the groceries and stuff. You know what I mean? Stuff like that or whatever. But I also was taught how to do everything else. Like I know how to cook. I wash my own clothes, all that stuff. You feel me? So, with me personally, it's like a balance or whatever. Like you ain't gotta wash all the clothes all the time. Like I know how to do clothes. I know how to cook. I know how to clean up behind myself, design the third and stuff. Financially, financially wise or whatever, I know how to pay bills. My mom taught me at a young age. You know what I mean? This how you manage your money. This how you do this, that, and the third and stuff. So, for me, it's about balance or whatever with whomever I'm with. You know what I mean? If I feel like she likes to spend a lot of money or whatever like that, I'm like, listen, like it's cool, do your thing, spend your money or whatever, but you better have something put up for a rainy day because you never know. You feel me? Like put some away because things might happen or whatever is on the third. Or if she like, yo, I need you to go and do this, do that. Okay, no problem. Like you know what I mean? So it's give and take or whatever like that. But I know how to do a good amount of stuff or whatever like that, and I do what I gotta do. I mean, no matter where I'm at, even if like let's say go back to like the dating thing, whatever. Like if I'm dating a person or you know what I mean, or I'm just going over to go chill, whatever. If I'm about to leave out the crib and I see her shorty trash, I'm gonna grab the trash and take the trash out. Like I'm not even gonna think about it, is because it's just second nature to me because I've been doing it for so long and stuff. You feel me? So you know what I mean, gender roles or whatever is to me or whatever is not really a thing, whatever. Do I like to be cooked for? Hell yeah, like shoots. Want me to make you something to eat? I sure do. I appreciate it.
She
You know what
gonna
I mean?
burn them
Thank
noodles.
you.
She gonna make you soggy ramen noodles.
Eat noodles. Yes. What? I'm gonna tell you another story another
No,
time. I mean, we'll talk about the offspring. But
soggy noodles.
He gonna
yeah,
make you
yeah,
crunchy
nah, like
noodles.
nah.
So do
Don't,
you
I'm gonna
guys?
tell y'all about the story
Oh Lord.
another time.
So do you back to the dating? You know, do you discuss finances at dating? Like, is that a conversation? Because finances can be tough.
Again, when we start getting serious, like I ain't gonna just, I mean, meet you at the bar and be like, oh
So
yeah,
wait,
well,
you
I
wait
mean,
till
I
you
make
get
this.
serious to find out that this girl ain't got no money. She ain't got no 403b.
No,
She
no,
ain't
no,
got
no,
no plans
no,
for
no. I thought
children. She
you.
ain't got
Hold on,
nothing.
hold
She
on.
just struggling out
I
here.
thought you meant like I thought you meant like discussing like in depth like stuff, whatever. But also, like I told you earlier, I don't go outside and pick up roaches. So if I know that, I mean, I know you ain't a roach. You got your stuff together, whatever. You holding it down, whatever like that. So I don't have to come out and just be like, yo,
Well, how do you
what you do
find
with all
that
your
out?
money,
Is what I'm
whatever. Whatever.
asking. Like, how do you know that?
You pay attention. You
To
pay
what?
attention. You know what I mean?
Because
To,
Fashion
to
Nova
how she
look
carries
good.
herself. But how she carries herself, whatever, like that person. You pay attention to how she carries herself, whatever. When you finally do get allowed over to the house, whatever, they invite you over, you pay attention. How the house look. You know what I mean? Like, it, is it stains all on the carpet? There's, you know what I mean? Got makeup stains here
Stains?
or whatever. Like, I'm being funny, whatever. But is it like wild and reckless or whatever in the crib, whatever like that? Like maybe, you know what I mean, pay attention to that, whatever.
So you would
If you
never
go in the
ask
crib and
somebody
it's a
like what their job is, or
I will ask you what you do for your
do
job,
you
whatever. But
have a
I'm
pension plan?
I'm a very private person, so I'm just not gonna come off the dribble and just be like, "Yo, tell
I'm
me
asking.
all your stuff, whatever, like
You
that."
got child
I'm a very
support?
private person. If I was definitely gonna ask if you got kids or whatever, but that's different. I see, like that's different, whatever.
But why? That's what I'm
I've
asking. That's what I'm
gradually
trying to figure. Like,
organic let things
why
come out.
is that different? Like, I think I want to know that ahead of time. I ain't about to waste the way y'all make it seem like the pool out here is so thin. Why am I gonna waste 6 months to figure out if you can even support me? And I think like even when you think of people with kids, because that's a possibility, you might end up dating people with kids. If
Mhm.
they looking at you like a dollar bill, like you won't know that until you already invested in and met the kids.
That's not
Yeah.
fully true though. You
No,
gotta
I was
pay
asking. I
attention.
wasn't
You
saying
gotta.
I'm.
Oh
I
no,
was just
okay,
saying.
no, but okay, yeah, but I pay attention to stuff. I pay attention to small stuff. I pay attention to big stuff, whatever like that, and I make my own conclusion when I feel like the time is right. A week's worth of data might not be enough, but 6 months worth of data, depending on how slow y'all going or how often y'all communicate, might not be enough, whatever. I mean, for me, I collect my own data and make my own assessment of every situation that I'm dealing with or that I've been in.
Okay.
And I also think it depends on just what you care about, bro. Like you ask the
True, yeah,
questions, you
Very
ask the
true.
questions, you ask the questions you want to know. So
true.
if finances is something big for you, you ask.
Is
If you
finances
if
not big though?
I mean, it might not be big for everybody. If you rich and the other person ain't got to be rich, of course, then no, you ain't got to talk about no finances. Like it depends.
If I'm rich and I'm dating somebody ain't rich, you ain't getting ready to be rich off my rich. I worked on this rich. You gonna put some
And
work in. You ain't
and
coming in.
and
Ain't coming into the show with your own accolades. You can't come into this show.
and that's you. And some people be like, you know what, you ain't gotta have nothing. I'm gonna
But I
take care
think
of us
that
all.
you're talking about it from a man standpoint, though. No, maybe
No, no, because there's women like that too.
Cam.
I was gonna say I think you are talking from a man's standpoint slightly, just naturally thinking like you're not gonna be the one to ever bear a child who will be needing taken care of, or like you'll never have like there's certain things that you wouldn't think about. Like me, like I'm gonna make sure that if anything was to go awry, you got us and we're good because you made sure we're good. Like let's say like okay, for me in my personal relationship, like we've discussed like oh, if one day we were to have kids and you wanted to quit your job, that would be that'd be okay. I make enough for us to be stable or like whatever it is. So I think it just like there's a not that it always plays genders, like I guess like you said, Derin, some women love taking care of a man or whatever. I don't know, but I feel like that's very rare. That's very rare that you're gonna see that nowadays. Yeah, because like women are like Merc said, like mooches. Like people want to mooch off of you. Therefore, like and mostly women, you're not gonna find a man who like wants to mooch off of a woman. Like
You be
so.
surprised, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what?
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
be
say, Cam,
surprised.
hold on, boy.
You
There's like
I know
cougars and like
you.
sugar babies, but
no.
that's
Even in the hood, baby, it's this dudes out here that's looking at the woman that got a job while he
As
out
a
here
cause, yep,
lollygagging and playing.
Her car while
as
she at work,
as
bro.
as a
Oh,
pimp
let me
driving
ride. Let me
driving
borrow
all
the
your
car.
gas out, driving all your
Yeah.
gas out while you
then
at
I
work.
guess like okay, then I guess like what Merce was saying, like you're gonna notice that this man doesn't have a job. You're gonna notice that he
Yes.
lives at home with his mom and pays no bills. You're gonna notice that you know what I mean, like certain things you are gonna
It's gonna
notice like
show. Yes, it's gonna
they want
show.
to
Yes.
use you in a
Yeah.
certain kind of way, and it's not a good way.
But my whole point was that finances don't matter to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole question. Well, that was
But what
not the
does that
whole
mean?
question. That
Like
was
how finances have to matter to everyone in today's
No, they
times.
don't.
Like,
If you got
So,
enough money, finances don't
yeah,
matter.
y'all my peoples, but I got like 5 more minutes on this. I'm sorry. I got like
You
5 more
good? You
minutes.
good? Let's go real quick. We'll go real quick. What is the ideal date night for y'all?
Mm,
For you
I like to
individually?
explore. I like to explore. Like be out. I like to see things. I love to see animals and stuff, whatever. Like I was hyped when I went to Georgia Aquarium. You know what I mean, I was hyped when I went to Philly and went to the zoo and stuff like that. I like to be out and see stuff, whatever like that. But I'm cool with being at the crib too. But I like to get out and actually have fun, play some pool, play darts, or whatever, go ice skating, whatever, whatever. I want to do something. I want to actually do something that's tight fun or whatever. Like try like me, I done went out and did archery or whatever and all that stuff. Like something fun for me. I want to do something fun, especially something I've never done before or a place I've never seen before or whatever. You feel me? So that's type of stuff I like to do.
Okay, Cam.
um, probably something where you get to see
Now
one
your
of
now
my
your man
hobbies.
might see this, so you better make sure you say what you want.
No,
Cause
it's all
if
good.
you come back and it ain't done, he gonna be in trouble.
It's all good because I was gonna say, ideal date night would be I see one of your hobbies and you see one of mine. So like, if my hobby is like bowling and I'm in
I
the league
like
or
that.
whatever, then you gonna come see me bowl and we're gonna bowl together and then we're gonna go do
Oh,
whatever you like to do, like pottery or
Dope,
whatever it is.
yeah,
Two hobbies,
dope,
two hobbies, and you get to learn each other. That's like an ideal date night.
dope. That's
nice.
a good one, Cam.
I like
Respect
that.
that.
I
That's a
like
good
that.
one. Hmm.
Darren,
Uh, like, my ideal date night.
say it a little louder so Ro
um,
can hear you. Say it again.
my ideal date night. You know, listen to me.
Stirring pots.
Uh, um, my ideal date night. I don't know, something like, because I like being active. I like something where we can learn. You know what I'm saying? Learn to do something together. Something active, and then something involving food and drinks. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you can't go wrong with food and drinks. Like I like. Let's just say we go to like some. Oh, I got a good one, right? So like me and my wife were watching this show called Mixology on Netflix. And so we thought that would be a good idea. So I'm like, hey, what if we took a mixology class, you know what I'm saying, where we can learn, like, there's bartenders and mixologists. So like there's like it's kind of like combining cooking with making drinks. So we were like, hey, what if we did that? And then I don't know, okay. I'm gonna just put it like this. It'd be like a mixology class. Me and my wife would go step in. Then we go to a speakeasy and then take a walk. You know what I'm saying? A little stroll. So we can chat it
Nice.
up.
Okay. I think my ideal date night for me in my old age is a food and drink. I like a decorated space. I want somebody to put some effort into the space where we're hanging out and no phones.
That's a good one.
None. I don't want a
That's a good one.
phone. I don't want a video game. I don't want social media. Don't you call me about nothing. Somebody better take care of my kids. I don't want to see y'all for 24. The perfect day is 24 hours of me and my man checked out of everything for around us and focused on us. That to me is the ideal date
That is
night.
bliss. That's bliss.
But it's 2024. Ain't nobody got time to be stepping out nowhere because if I ain't on stream, y'all be killing me. But this was
Ooh,
fun. I
this
appreciate you
definitely was fun.
guys.
This
Cam,
was fun.
Merc, and Darren, thank you very much. Everybody in the chat, give me some clapping emojis for our special guests. And
Appreciate y'all.
if
Appreciate y'all.
anybody want to be guests on the podcast next, I'm always down to adding people. And give me your suggestions for anything next we can talk about. You if you don't feel comfortable telling me in a Discord open chat, shoot me a message in the Discord chat and I will start writing these things down and we'll just hang out and chat. I thought this was pretty cool. How'd you guys feel about it?
This was cool. This
Those are
was
great.
definitely cool. This was definitely fun and whatever. Like, and it was informative to get, I mean, three different perspectives of views or whatever from you guys or whatever like that. So I appreciate you guys being open and honest and stuff, like real talk. Sorry, we're still on.
Yeah.
Yeah, real talk. I appreciate
Good
that.
deal, Merce.
Yeah, I didn't catch myself.
You caught it. I saw it. You did good. You did good. All right, y'all. I'm gonna when
Nah,
I
definitely,
type this up
definitely
in the
appreciate it.
description, I'm gonna put Cam's link in. Do you guys want me to link your socials or no?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you
fine.
can put my joint on. You can put my TikTok and joint on there. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
TikTok's
All right, guys.
But
Thanks and
yo,
bye,
y'all be safe.
chat. Good
Y'all
night,
have a great one.
everybody.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
holler at y'all.
guys.
All right, one.